A very good morning, delegates. We now begin a session on presentation by state central government departments. And we have three presentations in this session. The chairman of this session is Shri D.P. Gupta. He is the former Director General, Road Development and Additional Secretary, Ministry of Surface Transport, New Delhi. He has also served as Honorary Treasurer of Indian Roads Congress. He is the eminent civil engineer and has completed many important projects in the country. He is also a member of many technical committees of Indian Road Congress, and his contribution to the Indian Road Congress is eminence. The co-chairman of this session is Shri S.M. Ramachandani. Well, Mr. Ramachandani is M.Tech in Structures and presently he is a Joint Managing Director in MSRDC. He has a vast experience in completing major bridge and highways projects in Maharashtra. He has successfully completed infrastructure projects in Uttarakhand as MD USIDCL, and he has been in charge of Bandra-Worli Sea Link and proposed Versova-Bandra Sea Link. Well now, first of all, I would like to request to call upon stage our chairman and co-chairman of this presentation session. And here I request S. Besborua, Executive Engineer, PWD-NH, to felicitate them with a bouquet, gamusa and a book. Thank you, S. Besborua, sir. Now we'll start with the presentation by state and central government departments. And our first presentation will be use of Rilonith in soil cement in high rainfall areas of Arunachal Hills by Shri G. Karbak. Well, the presenter, Shri G. Karbak, is an Assistant Engineer RWD Government of Arunachal Pradesh. Well, he is a graduate civil engineer from JNTU Hyderabad and he is having experience in constructions of road under PMGSY in Arunachal Pradesh. Our next presentation is Impact on User Structure on Wildlife by WWF and will be presented by Dr. Christy Williams. Well, Mr. Williams is an ecologist working for WWF International and is an expert on elephant biology. He has an MS in ecology and PhD in wildlife science from the Wildlife Institute of India, and he will now present Impact of Linear Infrastructure on Wildlife. And our third presentation is on innovative 4-inch thin fibrous specialized concrete with one-day cutting by the Mr. I.O. Noronha. So I would like to call him upon stage. And now I request our chairman to proceed with other presentations.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my personal privilege to be here with you on the presentations by the state governments and our experts in this sector. We will have world wildlife and one presentation also innovative fibrous. You are from that? Yes. Okay, very good. So we will now. Actually, my chair is Ramchandani. Apart from being with the joint MD, he has the unique distinction in my country to have worked in two states, not only Maharashtra. He had also a stint on deputation to Uttarakhand. So which is a unique for any state government. Central government officers do start with other. And I was personally requesting him if he could chair, then I would have more comfortable situation. But he said that I being senior, I should remain the chair. Now I wanted to explain the seniority is counted so long as you are not retired. After retirement, seniority has to be reversed. The people, I am 20 years away from my service, so I am much more junior to those people who are retiring today. They are closer to the government, so that is the view I hold. With that small introduction, may I now request Mr. Karbak kindly invite Dr. Noronha for his technology innovation. It was sandwiched by the World Wildlife. We had technology innovation by our Mr. Karbak, and now we will have from you. Please go ahead.
Good morning, one and all. Small correction, I am not doctor, I am just a commerce graduate. But it's God's blessing that I got series of innovations. You must be wondering, this is a concrete session and what am I going to do with this mosaic? Of course, this is a result of my almost 14 or 15 years of single-handed research. I tried with the construction, chemicals and other things, then ended up landing with the product of mosaic. So you will have to bear with me because I may mix up some place, but I will continue everything, and I expect your support also, because without you, this technology will remain only with me and it will not reach to our society or to our nation. To begin with, I had an opportunity to work for an American manufacturing plant in Saudi Arabia. I was the inventory controller because I'm a commerce graduate. Otherwise, science student graduate means I will be their immediate competitor. I had access for the formulations because I had to plan import of raw materials 3 months in advance, depending on the fast-moving products. At one point, I thought, why, since I got acquainted with the know-how, why to work for a foreign country than getting these products ourselves at a base low-level cost. I started with the waterproofing. I manufactured the chemical. I applied in one of the structure in Mangalore in '99. I waited for the monsoon. We got positive result. My article with the, I will show you in this slide, article with the photograph came in the newspaper. A lot of people called me, but unlike others, I did not take up job because I wanted to make a thorough study of the durability and the success of the product, because one cycle there is no leakage, but in the next cycle, if hairline crack develops and any leakage comes, whatever the money I have spent on the material, that will be a loss. In the meantime, I moved to Mumbai. My products were used as equivalent product of Phosroc India to repair the structure above the sea, JNPT port, for polymer modified mortar to repair the container handling jetty. Then immediately, I made a decision by mixing of some of the additional additives to the weakest mixed design of M20 grade, we can reduce the thickness of concrete road from the conventional 12-inch thick to 4-inch thick, and we can open the road for movement of traffic after 24 hours of completion of the work, and we can avoid the 28 days of curing. We had got IOCL's petrol pump under Vision 2000 to renovate. They had specified 12-inch thick concrete. When I discussed with the GM of IOCL, he was a civil engineer. His first question is whether this is done anywhere in India. I said no. Second question is, what is your qualification? So when I said my qualification, immediately said, I'm sorry, since it is not done in India, I can't give you this job. And for your information, I am a civil engineer, and in concrete history, there is no concrete which will become so strong in one day. After a pause, I don't know how that sentence came out of my mouth. I told one thing to sir, if the same question would have been asked by the passenger who is about to board on the first aircraft, if anybody else has flown before me, then only I'll board the aircraft, aviation industry wouldn't have progressed to this level. He said, yes, you are right, I'll give you a spot, you cast the concrete and we will test it after 24 hours. We did the 10 feet by 10 feet piece at Ville Parle petrol pump, Parik petrol pump, Ville Parle West, and GM was so confident that I will fail, he brought outsiders to test. They tested with 3 methods. They made 10-ton water tanker to move many times on the slab. Then they checked with the magnifying glass, any hairline cracks or any crack. It passed in that test. Then they made the same 10-ton loaded tanker to come with full speed and apply brake above this slab, 3 times impact load. That also got passed. Finally, they asked one labor to hit with the hammer. Hammer was bouncing back with the same speed without making any impression or breaking the slab. So we got the job in March 2000. We casted the concrete with my additives. And now I'm proud to say we have got 13-year, 9 months testimonial of that use of that driveway without any damage to that sample piece. It so happened I had been to Delhi for 2 days as my invention of mosquito trap was selected in Action for India Forum 2014. And I happened to meet our Honorable Cabinet Minister. And I was talking about this mosquito trap. And it so happened because I remembered my technology which I did in 2000. And when I told the minister, he said, then can you give a presentation to IRC people? Next day, I gave a presentation at 5 o'clock, and I am invited to come here to give this presentation to you experts, so that I will be strengthened and our nation can get the entire savings, and that saved money can be utilized for something else. Our minister, he did not stop there by listening to my statement. He said, I want to see that concreted 13 years driveway. He came to Mumbai on 18th. I took him to the site, he personally saw, and when I was asked to do this presentation, immediately I contacted my Bombay contact, and I have done a 4 minutes of video which I will show you also, the recent picture how it is. And I will start with this, and so that both the things will be understood by you. Yeah, mosquito trap. I had seen an American product, mosquito magnet, in the year 2001 at Hyderabad. It was priced rupees 1,10,000 per unit for use at external places. It requires 4 LPG gas cylinders to burn and create carbon dioxide, and also a hazardous chemical called octanol. Altogether, operating cost of 5,000 rupees per month. That made me to work on this. And I made my first prototype in 2002, which costed me only 2,000 rupees, and my operating cost was 200 rupees per day. And I managed to trap more than 1,000 live mosquitoes within 2 hours. Since then, I worked on with how to bring that operating cost to the least. Then only it is viable and people can use. Here I want to make one mention. By trapping and killing mosquitoes, we are not making any impact to the environment, because mosquitoes are multiplying in such a way, and today half of world's population is at risk by mosquitoes as per the World Health Organization report. In the year 1902, Sir Ronald Ross, a British national who did his research in India 1892 till 97, and he was given Nobel Prize for his discovery that malaria parasite is being transmitted by mosquitoes. He never came out with any solution for the mosquitoes, but for his discovery, he has been awarded Nobel Prize. Since then, all the governments are all the nations are spending millions of dollars for eradication of mosquitoes, and as of now, it has not been done. But my 12 years of research, today, you could see two units. One is slight big, one is a smaller one. And in the bottle, I have got more than 1 lakh trapped mosquitoes in this. And the big unit was used in my watchman room in our factory. In 1 month, we have trapped this, so that at least if we could reduce the mosquito population, people can, because I don't have to tell, because mosquitoes are everywhere and they bite everyone. And malaria, dengue, and other things are something which we have to be very careful with. I was awarded gold medal for this invention in DST Lockheed Martin India Innovation Program, and only 15 gold medals were given, and one came for our innovation. We have also won the Best ISA Electronic Product of the Year under Healthcare. Then I am holding 11 design registrations issued by Indian Patent Office. I am also holding one process patent as well as PCT International Patent. At this stage, I just want to mention DSIR, they recommended me 45 lakhs of grant for my research in the year 2009. Unfortunately, as of now, single rupee has not come to me, but I lost an excellent opportunity of getting a national award by President of India to be issued on 10th of February. For the mistake of the screening committee, they thought I have already got 45 lakhs, and they cannot give 2 awards, because DSIR and TIFAC comes under DST. But since there is time, I have already provided information to re-evaluate, and out of the 8 selected awardees, none of them are having a PCT International Patent, and none of them are having even a single design registration except a process patent. Sir, Dr. Robert Weiss, American entomologist, I had bought one of his unit which was priced $300. When we tested in Bangalore, it couldn't even trap a single mosquito. Since I reported this, he came to see the unit, and he witnessed the failure, and he went back. These are the 4 publications in 4 newspapers after my first prototype done in November 2002. This I am showing just to show you that whatever I say, there is a proof to, yeah, this is the red color coating. It's been manufactured by me in the year 1999, and since I am the manufacturer, my product cost is bare minimum. I gave a saving of 1,10,000 rupees to the church, as well as I made a profit of 45,000 in this 1,10,000 cost what I have charged them. And after that, my article came in the newspaper since there was no leakage to the building. This is the work order I got in 2000 from JNPT port to repair the landing jetty. This is the big job we got of 37 lakhs 48,000. Again, this is the bulk container handling jetty. Yeah, I will speed up.
No, you need not speed, but bring the focus to technical.
Yeah, now I am covering in this.
Yeah.
Take. You can see the deteriorated reinforcement and this thing, because of the during the high tide, water touches the bottom portion. Low tide, it goes down. Because of the oxidization, this sort of deterioration happens. This is the crack which is developed. And this is the work after we did with the polymer mortar. Now coming to the IOCLs, that petrol pump, we received the work order in March 2000. This is the petrol pump what we, after the renovation. This is the concreted driveway with 4-inch thick fibrous concrete. This is the photograph we have recently taken on 18th to show how the surface is. This is also the same one. Coming to the technology of the specialized cement, concrete, we are using fibers. These fibers, they mix within the concrete and they give three-dimensional strength. Fibers, of course, many companies, they manufacture throughout the world, but fiber alone is not doing the work, because to get us the result what we are expecting of attaining the strength within 24 hours, it needs some additives which are needed to be mixed with the concrete. I'm coming to the financial savings. Suppose, because I'm told that there is a requirement of 5 lakh kilometers length road. Based on the 12-inch thick concrete, the present price of 4,500 rupees for ready-mix concrete per cubic meter, 12-inch means per square meter is coming to 1,350. With our specialized concrete, we are adding some additives. So instead of 4,500, it becomes 6,000. But since we are reducing the thickness, the cost comes down to 600. So with material saving, there is a possibility of saving more than 7,50,000 crores, which that amount can be used for some other development. So it's my humble request, as a commerce graduate, I have created a platform as of now, and rest of the thing can be worked further with the help of engineers and the team, what is available under IRC or all the other divisions. At this stage, I want to mention one thing. Our young innovator, he mentioned about that soil stabilization. And I saw there is one Resolith, some liquid, specially developed by Germans. Suppose that is costing X amount. With my know-how, we can even reduce that price of that particular chemical, so that also adds up to the cost. Thank you so much for listening to me.
This is really another eye-opener for all of us, that concrete can gain the required strength within 24 hours, and that too with the use of fibers and the material that has been just explained to everybody. Now this type of a innovation is really required particularly for the requirement of our maintenance activity and in different areas, particularly in urban areas where the traffic cannot be stopped for a longer duration. We do have a number of structures, we do have concrete, we do have different types of roads in our urban scenario also, where the immediate setting of concrete is the first requirement of any engineer. So gaining of strength in a shorter duration of time is really the advantage of the technology that has been just described. I request Honorable Chairman to guide us further.
Any floor intervention, please? Any hand? So we will then, I got some of the comments on the earlier presentations, and with the permission of co-chairman and the House, we will pass on to the IRC Secretariat for publication in the journal so that it gets disseminated. That is one point what I am suggesting. And second is, I am grateful to the minister who asked you to come here and make the presentation. And all these technology initiatives, to my way of thinking, has to be a contagious disease. So we have eradicated malaria, but we should propagate this disease so that it starts seeing innovations every place. And with that, I will like our co-chairman to announce closing after his remarks.
All the three presentations that we had to go through, they have given us some new insight. So that is how we have branded this particular session as the innovations in engineering and other connected fields.
Karbach. Then we have a presentation on wildlife, that is impact of user structures on wildlife by Dr. C. Williams. And then we have a presentation on innovative 4-inch thick fibrous specialized concrete with one-day cutting by I.O. Norwa. And I'm sure all the presentations are unique in their way. Now we have come to the end of this presentation session here. And now I request S. Besbora sir to give away the memento to Sri G. Karbach. Then to Mr. Dr. Christy Williams. And then to Mr. I.O. Norwa. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, but I have a very